Welcome to the Net Result, where we talk all things football. My name is Sean. I'm with my guy,
What's up? How you doing?
Jollof Rice. How you doing, Timsy?
I'm good, man. I'm
Good.
Good to be back.
The citizens escape getting gunned down at their house.
Dude, we almost did it, man. We almost did it. Just coming fresh off the game. Emotions are high, man, especially for us Arsenal fans. Obviously, if you guys watched it, it was a very intense game. A lot of controversial calls. But we played well. I think we defended outstanding. The defending in the second half was great. I just wish we could have stopped that last chance, but the pressure was pressuring, so it makes sense. It makes sense.
So let's start in the first half. With the first half, maybe like the first 10 minutes, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
City's about to open y'all up. City's really about to bust y'all down.
I was like, damn.
And Savinho plays that ball to Haaland, and I'm like, Haaland's not playing around this season. It's gonna be something crazy. But you guys got back into the game. That goal that you guys scored when who got fouled? It was someone got fouled. Partey got fouled, and Michael Oliver brought Saka and Walker to the middle. So taking Walker out of position, all that stuff. Gave them the talking to, yada, yada, yada. And what they're saying is they resume play like maybe 8 to 10 yards away from where the foul actually happened. And that's why Walker was pressed and all the City players were pressed. And they weren't ready. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's just for balls, just carry on with it, or do you think that they had a point in being as pressed as they were?
I think they have a point. I think that's fair. I just don't think, obviously, in the laws of the game, once the play is once it's going on, you can't just now come bring it back and be like, oh, is this allowed? And they did get back into position. Let's be fair. It's not like, we were through and then we scored or something. They went back into position. We just laid it off, and it was just a good strike. So at the end of the day, hey, but I get what they're saying. But yeah, that was definitely the first out of many controversial calls. And then
in fact, I'm happy you even said that. Let's even go backwards to the first minute. First minute of the game, Kai Havertz shoulder checks Rodri. Do you think that's a red card offense, or do you think Rodri's just being soft, or
neither?
Okay.
If anything, maybe a yellow. How the game went, it probably should have been a yellow, maybe. But then Haaland had the same thing with Saliba a few minutes ago or later, so he didn't get that one either. So he was keeping that same kind of energy, at least from the beginning. Then he started getting a little inconsistent with certain things, but I think that it was just funny that it was just the start, and then Roger was like, okay, we got you. Going. But no, it was unfortunate that he got injured though. People were saying that Partey did anything. Partey didn't really do anything.
Yeah, I don't think
he kind of just buckled.
Just a freak accident type stuff. And do you think that his injury had any impact on how the game went, or people will be over?
Yeah. I think it still would have maybe gone the same way. It's just Rodri. We all know what type of impact he has, especially how they were playing. If we did end up going 10-man with Rodri, how he can always pass and dictate that type of what they were doing, kind of playing it outside of our box. I think he would have been brilliant for that as well, especially with his shooting.
And he would have been the one instead of Ruben Diaz, just nonsense all those.
I was watching. I was just like, that's fine.
Ruben Diaz was nonsense, just shooting the ball left, right. I'm like,
he's a center back.
I know, but you're a Premier League center back.
Come on,
pull up and at least just on target stuff. Let Raya work something. No, it was crazy.
No, but Gabriel was doing that.
Yes, he was. Yeah, Vardio.
He was shooting that thing. I was like, damn.
No, that's good. That's good. Let's talk about the way the first half went as well, because I was seeing, and this is for you to tell me, because you're the Arsenal fan and all that stuff, but Arsenal is the team that I guess besides Man City plays the best football. And if you play Arsenal, they're going to outpossess you. If you play Arsenal, they're going to have more chances than you. They're going to most of the time play you off the park.
Yeah.
Obviously against City, it's a different story. even the time last season when you guys won at the Emirates, it was kind of like, did you guys really outplay them and all that stuff? Today, I feel like you guys, I feel like it was the same kind of performance, but I think it was better from y'all on y'all's part. You guys still played like, even when they had you pinned down, you guys would play like quick 1-2s and you were out quickly and you're like basically hitting them on the counter. My question is, Saka, obviously he delivered in terms of, crossing to Gabriel and all that stuff, but it was almost like Arteta used him more defensively, just to see him and Timber just to seal off Doku, which Doku's cool and he's good, but he's like, is he Doku that you're worried? Should someone like Saka be worried about Doku instead of going to go do his work on the other side?
Yeah, I think that was part of their gameplay to kind of start off strong. Obviously, we played a later game throughout the week for the Champions League, and sometimes we just start slow a lot of these times, and I think they played that well for sure. But I think, as this game started going on, especially even after that goal, and then we scored, and then we started getting a little bit into it, especially after that goal, like you said, the passing out of the back and everything. I think double teaming on really any one of Man City's wingers is fair. Doku has the ability to do that. I don't think he would have done that with the way Timber was defending him today. Like, it's not Ben White, and and that's another big thing. It was a tactical switch from Arteta to switch out Ben White, put Timber on the right, and then put Calafiori, which literally ended up perfectly. Calafiori scoring, and then Timber doing so well, man. He accepts no nonsense, which I like. But yeah, I think the double teaming is fine. I think that's just how we're going to play defensively, especially how it was like a 4-4-2 setup defensively. When we're attacking, I still think that once we brought it up, once we passed out of the back, Saka was able to kind of do his thing a little bit. I think the second half would have been better if we didn't get the red card. I think it would have showed that we started actually playing. They started dropping off a little bit. We started playing a little bit more. But there was some chances that Saka got through and behind. He got the ball a little bit. So
because it was Martinelli, it's actually kind of surprising because Walker is probably their best defender if you want to talk about 1v1. But the way you guys set up was for Martinelli to be the outlet, and he was. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, okay, let's just go ahead and let Martinelli run free. But your star boy is doing the dirty work, throughout the whole first half. That's how I saw it, and I'm just like, okay, who's on that side? Vardiol. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I feel like Saka can cook this boy. Like if everything was going the way it's supposed to go.
Yes, and I agree with you, but don't get it wrong. Martinelli was doing that defending too.
He was defending. He was.
It was that two double up. Same thing with Fabinho on the other side. And then on top of that, the way City plays, like they play with 3 back, and then obviously one inverts or one goes forward. Walker is that 3 back.
Yeah, he's not inverting. Yeah,
Guardiola is in this type of setup is one that's coming forward. So that's why Saka is already having that mentality to be like, all right, like offensively, Guardiola is going to be doing that. Let me just at least stay back to help double team, but also cover for when Guardiola makes those runs. So I think it helped in that way. I think they did the same thing. They had to double up on Saka. Doku was coming back. It's just they had more of the possession going forward. Fair. Especially the whole game because he got a red card. I think if we didn't get the red card, we would have gotten more into it. But
And then you were talking about the tactical change that Arteta made, taking out Ben White, which he hasn't been having the best season so far. It's not terrible by any means.
He's been playing okay. Yeah.
But Calafiori comes in, and off rip, it may have been like, maybe he got it wrong because when Savinho, they played in the ball, he was trying to almost man mark Savinho. And Savinho turned him and one touch. But then obviously, like you said, that goal, the commentator was trying to be like, oh, if he meant that.
Yeah, if he meant that, you should try to give him his.
There's nothing he didn't mean about it. Exactly. He meant that. Bro. That was a banger.
That's what I'm saying. Like, trying to take it away.
What else is this supposed to be?
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
But no, the first half, we ended it well. Like, it was just so well. And then the second goal with the corner, obviously, he had a previous corner that arguably, I'm watching replays. I'm like,
Gabriel
wait, should that have not gained it? And then that's where the commentators were like, oh yeah, low key that should have been at least on target. But then the same corner, everyone was talking about, and I didn't notice it, but that Kari Walker was trying to play games with him. He juked him as if this is NFL, bro. Like if he was doing wide receiver. Kari Walker was nowhere.
Like, nowhere to be
perfectly
found,
to the head, bro. Nah, it was a good juke.
OP. No, they were saying that. One of the commentators was saying before, like the pre-match talk kind of thing was like, yeah, City have Haaland, but Arsenal have set pieces.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this dude Gabriel, I don't know whatever the set piece coach is doing, but Gabriel is overpowered.
Yeah, he is.
They're literally the same exact set piece.
And it happened twice.
Exactly.
In the same game.
And they're like, oh, don't worry, because Doku couldn't do it. Let me pull Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker swearing.
I know you're doing this. You're doing all this.
Exactly. Bro, it was insane.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have to give Saka his flowers, the fact that he can put it on a dime every single time, it's actually incredible.
Yep.
I don't think. I'm trying to think how many players in the world, I'm talking about world football, can do that as precisely as he can.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And it's underrated too.
It's insane. It's insane. So that's a great one there.
And then, man, the most controversial thing of the whole game. We ended it so well, man. The red card.
So that's right before we go into for the first half. That's right before we go into like halftime.
Yeah.
And to me, what they're saying, it's a harsh yellow card for what I thought it was for initially. But then when you say, he's kicking the ball away, I'm just like, bro, haven't y'all learned?
Like, no, wait. So we all can know that it wasn't a foul. The push in the back wasn't a foul, which thank God.
I think it was a foul. But
no, that wasn't a foul.
Okay. Yellow, yellow card.
Which thank God that they cleared it out.
Yeah.
But are they being consistent? Did a Man City player kick the ball in the first half? Yes or no?
Which
Doku
one?
kicked the ball. I don't know if you remember.
I don't.
But that's what a lot of the Arsenal fan base is saying, and that's what I was even watching it. In the moment, I was like, bro, give him the yellow. Like, I'm not having that. They, obviously people are like, oh, why are they gonna complain? But obviously, I went through the Declan Rice thing. Give him a yellow. Be consistent. Fair. The fact that this happened again to us, and then they didn't give the yellow to Doku. Same thing with the earlier one. João Pedro kicked the ball away. He didn't get no yellow. All I want is consistency. When I heard it was for the ball kicking away, I was like, you know what? Yeah. He definitely kicked the ball.
Yeah, he did.
It's fair, but all I'm asking for is consistency.
Fair.
Doku kicked the ball away. It should be the same yellow. It's not like he would have gotten sent off, but at least keep that same consistency. Yeah. But obviously, in another world, maybe he still would have let it off because of it's a big game. Last year this is the same ref that was saying he didn't want to give Kovacic a red card because he wants a big game. He wants it to be fair. He wants it to didn't want to ruin it. Yeah. Same ref.
And he ruined it.
This game he ruined it. But hey,
and
it was a yellow. Honest, I just wanted to be consistent. But
it was.
I'll admit to that.
He ruined it.
He did.
And that would have been Arsenal's biggest result in recent history. Arteta's biggest result in his time as a Arsenal manager. And I thought you guys even had it small. Like, Timber, lock up, like you said. Calafiori, he did well. Everybody on your team played their hearts out. Yeah. And the last second.
Yeah,
the last second. Grealish decides. I don't even know. Grealish was just keep going backwards. But just... I guess the tiredness came about because they weren't really, nothing was really jumping for them.
Nothing.
And then
we were locking it down.
And then Partey. I don't want to say it's Partey's fault, but the way that there was so much space between Kovacic and Partey, or just between Kovacic and the backline in general, it was just like, bro, like, what do you expect?
Yeah, man. And the thing is, he was doing well. Like, he was doing so well. How he would do it is like when he would press and it would be quick. Like, he would pick the moment to press, and it was such a good, especially when Diaz or Kovacic, when they had that ball, he would pick moments to press. So he was doing well.
Yeah.
He was doing well. Obviously, he's getting older.
Yeah.
So between Havertz not rushing out, Partey not rushing out or covering that back pass to Kovacic, and then Gabriel kind of like chesting it, even though Raya would have saved it. Who knows, a different outcome with that as well. And then obviously Man City falls right to John Stones.
Yeah.
And then deflection inside the goal still. So it couldn't even deflect out. I'm just like, yeah, man. There's many ways it could have not gotten a goal. But, hey, they equalize. So we defended our heart out. So, still a good game for Arsenal. It's just tough.
So two things. First of all, I want to ask you, your man of the match. Second of all, I want to ask you, what is the vibe from the Arsenal camp? Like, are you think you can still win the league, or was it kind of like we're almost there but not quite? Like, how are you feeling?
So honestly, the way the game panned out, I strongly believe that we definitely could have had a strong chance to win the game.
Yes, 100%.
Like a very strong chance to win the game. Like, because we were already up, and the way we even finished it was pretty good defensively.
Yeah.
I think it was an overall good performance. Again, the red card is annoying, but I think we played well. In particular, I would say, in terms of running and defensively, Havertz did a lot of running. He did a lot of defending, and I think that should not go, not appreciated, unnoticed. Raya, again, I would say, is probably my man of the match. Those 2 shots from Guardiola as well, all the headers that came in from Haaland and everything, just assuring in terms of passing out the back and everything. Raya is really turning out to be a standout player, especially in this kind of, rugged period that we had starting off the season, So I think Arsenal, we got through it.
Yeah.
We got through it. We tied Atlanta, we beat Tottenham, and we almost got the win, but we tied Man City. And, moving forward, we should have like an easier schedule, at least for 3 or 4 games. So I think we are in a very good shape, for sure. Very good shape.
So the title chase is still on.
Yes.
You are expecting to be a champion by the end of this year.
Yes. And I think a lot of people have given us our flowers and some respect after this game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. We showed that we're not just here to at least, challenge.
Really compete.
Really compete again, so.
Well, from a blue to a gunner, you guys tried. You guys really did. And no, I'm excited to see where this season takes us, because you guys still have injuries that are coming back and all that stuff.
So slowly. And then this Rodri injury looks serious, so that might affect City as well. Obviously, I'm not praying on anyone's downfall. Hope he's well, but he's a big player for them to miss, So that should be interesting on that side as well. But hopefully with Odegaard coming back, Moreno coming back soon as well, we should be more good.
Well, that is it. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time on the next result.